Of Jamaica's Sexual Harassment Act 2019 should be broadened to outlaw sexual harassment on the streets, including catcalls. The Jamaica being quoted an AIDS and gender advocate is saying in the newspaper dated January 30 this year. Whew, plenty. Now, this morning we hear from our youth and their take as other issues, I guess, that's affecting them. We have with us Nadrika Mullings, who is closest to Sin, second-year law student at UWI. TVJ Drummond, who's on the far side, second-year international relations student at UWI, and founder of Jamaica Youth Motivators in the middle, Rodane Richardson. Morning, everyone. Welcome to Smile Jamaica. Yeah, it's our pleasure. What do you know? Let me start with Rodane for some strange reason. What do you know about the bill so far? What have you heard and what do you think about it?
Okay, well, Minister Grange had tabled the bill for discussion in Parliament in 2015. However, for various reasons, it wasn't actually brought into actual legislation. And it's, as currently, it was retabled again in 2019. Now we have seen a renewed push for the bill to actually become an act. I think one of the important factors for us to note while moving forward in this conversation is the difference between a bill and an act. For a bill to become an act, it must first be gazetted by the Governor General.
Correct.
And so it must first be gazetted by the Governor General and assented to by him before it can actually become an act and legal in terms of law for persons to bring a claim or for any actions to be taken against a particular person.
Can I ask you what your area of study is?
I'm currently a second-year law student.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
So
wow,
like when
And a former Prime Minister's Youth Awardee.
Yes, I'm a former...
yes.
Yes.
Is this an area of interest, of special interest for you, or...?
I find that my interest lies mainly in terms of human rights. I like the areas in which persons' rights are being protected and where it's also being infringed on.
Gotcha.
So I do like...
So you're a freedom, you're a justice fighter.
I do like the idea of fighting for rights, yes.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys how relevant you think this bill is. Nadrika and TVJ, I want to hear from you ladies. You're both on campus, right?
No, just me.
You're on campus? Where are you at school?
I'm at the University of the West Indies.
Right, okay.
But I do not live on campus.
Gotcha. But still...
So I'm a commuter.
Yes, but yes. You are a student.
Yes.
And so you are there a lot. You will see, get a feel for the situation as it is with sexual harassment. Is that a thing on campus?
Well, that's a big conversation in and of itself because I live in an all-women's hall, Mary Sequel Hall, and I must say it's really scary when you have to come home from maybe a class that ends at 9 o'clock and you have to be calling one of your sisters to say, hey, could you walk me over? And a bunch of us have to walk over together simply because we don't feel safe on campus. And the university, even though they have gone to extents of providing security, we just don't think that it is enough and we want more.
Is there a lot of sexual harassment? So we hear you speak of maybe crime and risk to body, but do you have situations where you have to endure catcalling and unwanted advances and ridicule for
every day? Yes.
Every day.
So on campus, when you wear shorts, people comment on everything that's down here. Oh, you're so fat, you're so nice, mother want touch it.
How do you respond to that?
Usually, sometimes, depending on the situation, if I'm walking alone at night, then sometimes I would be somewhat afraid and my response would be to walk faster. Or if somebody hails me and I don't want to, you know, it resorting to violence, so I would say hi,
keep it
and
moving.
Then keep it short,
yeah,
and go straight to Seco.
You reference nighttime, but this also happens in the day.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
it's not
it does.
Because even when I take public transportations, because I have to travel downtown, and I walk at certain areas downtown, I really and truly have to avoid those areas because persons, especially big men, they're always. Oh, you look nice, your body this and whatever. It makes me very uncomfortable because...
Men are so disgusting.
Yes.
Let me take it back to the university and piggyback
Okay.
on Sim's question. And it's unfortunate what happened, but is this prevalent? I know you said it happened to you, it happened, but that, as far as you know, it happens to many of the students there.
I mean, I just chip in here and I'll say I can count on a number of times, and I mean, at this rate, I can't even count. When my female friends would say, Radine, is it okay for you to follow me across to that place because I'm scared? Radine, can you accompany us to walk over to that place because I'm scared to go there? And a number of times my friends have said they're walking on campus and a random guy just comes and just grabs and then just continue moving and walking really quickly.
Let me go back to Jay. You said that the university they're doing stuff to try to stop this. But what else do they need to do?
All right, so we've been asking for more security, for cameras, for persons to just be there for us because...
By the way, sorry to jump in. Are these students who are harassing you or just arbitrary people on campus?
Both.
Both. Even
Both.
the security guards that are put there to protect us are commenting on our bodies. Everything, it's unwanted.
Sorry to jump in. Go back to what you were saying. What else did the university did need to?
All right. So we've been crying out for greater policies to be surrounded by sexual harassment. They have very few things in place to combat that, and we want to change that. But every year they have this forum on security and they say, yes, we hear you, but nothing changes. Nothing
Campus
ever
is so
changes.
big, though. I mean, that's been a problem since I was on campus, and I can only imagine how much worse it's become. Brilliant. How do you fix it?
I think this is where our government and our legislatures come in place now, because we realize that the 2019 sexual harassment bill that is being debated in the Parliament now and being tabled, it only focuses on sexual harassment within the workplace and institutions, that kind of thing. However, what about when persons are in the general environment, commuting to work, commuting to school, and these institutions that they're being protected at? The bill now, it needs to encompass a policy. It needs to also encompass certain redress for persons to seek remedies in terms of their issues and their claims, what they're trying to bring. So they need to be protected by the legislators and by the bills put in place, because when legislations are created, they're created for specific reasons and they're created for protection. And in this case, we're seeing where our young ladies and our young men are being harassed. And it's taking the taxis, as Nadrika said. It's walking on the campus, as Tajay said. So something needs to be in place that protects these young women and young men from the catcalling,
How
from
do you respond
the
to the
touching.
folks who say you're infringing on the rights of the men? One government senator who said, you know, yes, we're talking about laws, but sometimes she feels hot when, you know, a man calls to her.
I mean, my response to this right away is that persons have a right to freedom of expression and freedom of speech. However, you have to be careful in terms of when your freedom of speech and your right infringes on another person's right.
There's responsibility with that, is there?
Right.
Yes.
We have to go. Unfortunately, we
Okay.
have to go. I find it a little strange because last time I checked, there's a police force on campus. And when I go up there, one bag of security all over. No, as I said, I mean, and I agree.
That's ought to be the
Yeah,
case.
it ought to be. And when I'm now hearing that even some of the security folks are involved, incredible. Incredible. All right. Good to see you guys. Hopefully things will change and it'll be all right for you guys. Nadrika Mullins, second-year law student at UWI. Tajay Drummond, second-year international relations student at UWI. And founder of Jamaica Youth Motivators, Rodane Richardson.
All right, guys, what's your story? We'll hear all about it after the break. Stay with us.